name's Casey Johnson, just in case any of you don't know me. I'm the YSU graduate student who's collaborating with the lovely Rocky Ridge Association.
90th birthday in 2006. But she's most influential for her people-centered vision on how neighborhoods, cities, streets, how everything operates. They hold it as close as they can to her birthday. And what they
residents of the neighborhood. So a little bit about the Rocky Ridge neighborhood itself. This neighborhood's been here, as Bill's going to talk about, in various capacities, people living around here for 150 plus years in certain capacities.
We're standing here in the property of the Franciscan Friars. Prior to that, you had two families that were related. One going back early in the 19th century, the Price family, Samuel Price.
They're not easy to get apart. So if I give you 4.
All right, and this is about the mission of Jane's Walk is to walk, observe, connect, and share.
Home there, he had about a 67-acre stock farm that went up here and actually wrapped around Calvary Cemetery at one point. But the Prices sold to James L. Wick Jr. in the early 1920s. And the day to the church. No, I'm sorry, the Wick family maintained the barn. And the property is still owned by James L. Wick Jr.'s granddaughter.
So then we're coming up on the right, you see Cheney High School rising above the earthen mound.
He was up for the
No, I was like, I'm really good.
By 1942, the enrollment had grown to 1,880 students. Since there was a lack of classrooms, they built classrooms in the back of the building that were portable so that they would have enough room for the students.
The first year that this school was opened, back in 1953 or 54. He was a man that always ran the school very, very tight ship. Thank you so much. I mean, you've shared so much great information.
Showcasing neighborhood connectivity.
So we're supposed to go.
Which fight is this? The marital fight. They pick people. Oh my gosh.
She knows me.
That's horses here.
Where's your little guy?
We're getting ready to go soccer.
Oh, cool.
Oh, yeah, I guess. You can have a park in Youngstown. Yeah. He used to be our teacher at Cheney. Walk back, that's the poem.
Amazing, huh? City of Youngstown. Huh.
The water fountain is that. I got a big black spot in the middle.
So we can come over and take it all apart, piece by piece, and even the top
Award for the Rocky Ridge Neighborhood Association. And so this is basically just kind of representing present initiatives in the area, but it's also tying to the ethnic diversity that this one's here, the Hungarian diversity. So we have this, and there's a lovely picture of Volney Rogers, who we have to thank for Mill Creek Park. So this is our lovely new little award that she won.
She'll probably get it again.
She probably will get it again.
Jacob Stambaugh. And this house that you see right here has been on the maps really since 1860. Yep, it's there in 1860.
Oh, look at him.
This week, today is the 5th. In 2 weekends, there'll be the rib burn-off, which will be at this site, live music, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, different teams competing for like a rib burn-off. Additional, there'll be music, information, and the proceeds from that event are it's the kickoff for the fundraising for the almost $1 million renovation that's happening at the top of the hill, which that will be the stop after next.
Quarrying, at one point you wouldn't have had a sheer cliff here and then a plateau and then down into the river. It would have, or the creek, it would have just been more of a gradual upswing. But there was quarrying that went on here.
It's interesting how they do that there.
Those are the rocks.
The sled riding hill at Rocky Ridge. We're now on one of the baseball, softball fields.
Covered with ice.
YSU used to have their freshman orientation here on this land, on this grass in front of us. What you'll see at the top of that ridge, even in the winter, they have snowmaking machines that will make snow. I don't know how to get funded. So some of the areas that you'll see on this map, the central circle area is pools and things of that nature. So those 4 subsections will all compose the area. You'll also see on your map, and this is a possibility but not guaranteed, there's this area in the lower right-hand corner which are 3 sand volleyball courts. A possibility which came up at our neighborhood meeting is if enough money is raised, it might be possible to put a bladder around those sand volleyball courts such that in the winter the sand can be removed and water can be put in to make an outdoor ice skate.
When I was giving a spiel about that's where I lived. They ask you to send pictures and video. I don't know if they're...
Hey, before we get into traffic again, I think it's a good idea to thank Casey. Casey, thank you so much.
Surveys. Lindsay has surveys. I have plenty of pens, so if you could just, again, 4 quick questions, fill it out, hand it right back to me.
Thanks for your hard work, Casey. Hey, John Solnina with Rocky Ridge.
Casey Johnson with YSU, and we just finished up the first ever Youngstown Janes Walk here in the Rocky Ridge with the Rocky Ridge Neighborhood Association. And what we did here was basically touch upon the identity of the neighborhood. We pointed out different structures, we highlighted different areas of the neighborhood that really capture what this community is all about and what the association is really striving to maintain here. So it was a great day, and I hope that other people kind of take from this and lead other walks in the Youngstown area.
We had some of the major speaking points were the farm history of this area about 150 years ago. Then we went to the construction and the academic and sports history of Cheney, a high school. That was another stop. We then went to a house of the winner of the Volney Rogers Emerald Pierogi Award for our neighborhood's award for home beautification. We then went to the physical Rock Ridge itself. We learned about the industrial history. Then Bill Lawson with the Historical Society, the executive director, shared with us the history of the Wick Recreation Area, how this park came to be in that spot, and we capped it off with learning about the almost $1 million renovation of the park playground and the Rocky Ridge area, Wick Recreation Area, and afterwards we had a little bit of an architectural primer from Mr. Bill Lawson about the history of houses in the neighborhood. Wonderful event, great turnout, and we're looking forward to future events.
Doesn't Phil ride a bike to school?
Phil rides bikes all the time.
That could be